Thank you very much for this introduction, and I would like to thank everyone here for making it up till now, because I know it's after lunch break and everybody is tired. And Sarah-san, thank you very much for making this. My pleasure. In fact, when we got the invitation about the eINDIA, we thought about this as an opportunity to share what the whole world who worked with us in Bahrain and made the e-government strategy available. We said, okay, it's an opportunity also to share our knowledge and experience in that area with the whole world. And to be proud of that the whole team who worked on the e-government strategy are actually a mixture from the whole world. So this is something that we really want to show it out. Bahrain e-government strategy. Just to give you a quick background, by the time that most of the world are talking about e-government as infrastructure and connectivity and services, we are actually facing a problem, a serious problem in Bahrain, that we have a small country. The second problem is we've implemented all the telecommunication infrastructure, all type of it, so there was no chance for us to come up and say, oh, there is an opportunity of changing the fiber optics. Okay, the whole country is connected with fiber optics. Oh, let's link all the government agencies. They are all connected since the past 10 years ago, even more than that. Oh, let's have one centralized financing system for the government. It's already been there for about more than 15 years. Okay, let's do a full integrated one citizen ID. It's been there. There is the CPR that's been there for the past 20 years. Okay, how can we do it now? We have already all the bases of e-government, but still yet the leadership in the country want to implement a serious e-government. So how can we take it forward? Let's have a look at these slides. The path that we travel. Of course, there is a serious attention from the leaders in the country to move Bahrain towards the new world, towards the new economy. And how to do that is basically do a serious political reform, enhance the country, the way that the country is moving forward. And that's actually happening with the following: labor reform, economic reform, education reform, judicial reform, and even administrative and civil services. And that, of course, will enhance the national economy development. And how is that can be achieved? Is actually by having the transparent, connected government together. And that's how we see the e-government. It's coming up with new elements. It should come up with transparency, seamless services, and even delivering the services up to the step of your door. Actually bringing the government to your pocket and not even into your PC. And this is what we're aiming to do. The milestones we have done it is we made the National Government Data Center, which is basically, I'm talking about this one here, the CIO or the Central Informatic Organization being there for the past 25 years or even more, and they've already established one centralized database for the whole government. What are the other things? Disaster recovery sites have already been implemented. Connection between ministries. We have lots of multiple ministries that's been connected together, and they've created even a kind of a one-stop shop to have all the services. And back in 2002, the Ministry of Industry and Commerce announced the Bahrain Investor Center as a one-stop shop to have all the services of the government for the business life cycle available on one physical location. And by saying that business requirements as a one physical location, it's not the government services only, but even the private sector services. So we believe on PPP. We believe on linking all the government and private sector services together. So for an Indian, for example, investors who would like to invest in Bahrain, he can come to the Bahrain Investor Center and get all his services done in terms of the government services, whether it is labor, commercial registration, and other licensing. But guess what? You need telecom services, the telecom company is there. You need legal advisory, we have legal advisors from the private sector. Consultancy services, it's there. You need banking services, it's there. You need real estate, recruitment, it's all there in one place. So that's the whole idea. When you come to Bahrain, you come to Bahrain to do one thing. Starting a business, we have the one-stop shop of starting business. It's not for the sake of having a whole governmental services, but for the sake of making your life easier. That's why even for our slogan we say it's towards a better life. We're trying to make your life easier, whether you are an investor or a citizen or even a government employee. Of course, all of that need to be connected together. And to be connected together, we link it with a government network. Then the government data network is being there. And guess what? We know the efficiency of the government. Usually the government is having difficulty, so we believe in outsourcing, depending on the private sector. So the whole government network is actually based on a partnership with one of the largest telecom companies in Bahrain, which is basically linking the whole government network and managing it. It's actually managed by the government agency, which is the CIO, but serviced and maintained by the private sector. Of course, that allows to have one centralized, unified hosting services for the whole government. We have full government email services, full government DNS and IP management, and government intranet, as well as all the services are integrated. Today, if Ministry X would like to offer online services, payment gateway, security services, and access for it is available at the tip of a button. So basically, it just needs the formalities of doing the service. And of course, above all of this is you need the law. In 2002, Kingdom of Bahrain, the King Hamad issued a decree for the e-transaction law. And that's actually governing not only the e-government, but the e-government and all electronic transactions that are surrounding that environment. So even from legal point of view, it is being governed. And as well, high level political and policies and standards. It's already in place, and this is what the whole ICT strategy is talking about. Partnership with enterprises and partners. Most of the brand names that you know about them are actually partners and proud of offering their services through Bahrain. The drawbacks that we had before. Now, you remember I just mentioned to you that we have a problem, we made everything. But then when we went back and said, okay, let's create an e-government, we looked at what we have and we say, okay, let's criticize ourselves and identify what are the problems that we are facing. And this is what we found. We noticed that the e-government or the government in the past were focusing on infrastructure and automation, just automation for the sake of automation of the services. And then, okay, let's have E. But why do we have E? Is it for something? The second thing, lack of high-level support. There was a support from each individual ministry. But again, to have all the services and all the initiatives coming into under one umbrella, it was not there. Lack of dedication of the budget. Now, in the budget, you see that most of the ministries having certain services, but there is no dedicated service that will have for that. And then the distribution of the effort, the technology-driven, and the wake-up. And for that, we've said, okay, let's research it, try to identify what are the issues and problems. So for the leadership, an ICT, a Supreme Committee for ICT got formed in July 2005, headed by the Deputy Prime Minister. The second step was forming a technical committee for the ICT, which is actually having members from all the ministries under one roof. So it's a good opportunity for all the ministries and the team to brainstorm. The third thing is actually having an e-readiness assessment, and we've done a whole assessment over the country, assessing all the services and how we can satisfy the users. RFP for a consultancy agency, and it was awarded for PwC, which is mentioned earlier. Again, doing the actual contract, and then launching a proof of concept of e-government portal. This is basically a timeline of what we have done. And this is basically the vision, is actually to have e-government, to be an e-government leader in the region and in the world, to have all the government services in one place, and to have integrated best-in-class services, and to make it available for all. There is no barrier, and to be the channel of choice. So when you ask the citizen or visitor, would you like to go for a physical location or electronic location, he will always prefer to go for the electronic location if you make it simple and easy for him. And of course, that will drive through the value of the collaborative government. That's how the model of the structure is working. The e-government, we look at it as the main one. The CIO, which is the Center of Informatics Services,